The punk James Bond.
This is really the fight of the kid.
We got Phil Daru in the house, and maybe a man has trained multiple world champions. I watched you train, and I was taken by your scientific approach, and you just keep growing, but it makes sense because you're one of those guys that I don't know, I can't remember, but I just remember you being different. It's hard to differentiate yourself, maybe as well.
That helps. I mean, I think that being in the sport and actually being in it since I was young allows me to really tap into things that are necessary for those individuals to get to where they want to be. Also, like the communication side to it too as well. I think that's a big thing.
But what about like this whole talk now about overtraining? Mm-hmm. Like they were talking about how Jemiah like overtrains.
Outside does, yeah.
And so it's like, what's that? What does that mean? What is that balance there?
Well, you want to find the direct amount of stimulus to adapt to certain situations to allow them to get better.
Yeah.
But then if you overdo it, then you get to a point where you overstress the body, cortisol starts to rise, you can't really recover from the training session. So finding that's
my problem.
But
That's my problem.
But I think that's the key there. It's like if you watch Hamzat's training, and they would post a lot of it. You know, I see him doing, carrying these rocks and sledgehammer. In my mind, I'm like, I don't see a lot of wrestling going on.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not applicable. Yeah, sports specific. So, and it's not against that strength coach who's amazing. That TJ worked with. They have Aaron Pico. All the big boys work with him. But his background is in endurance cycling. So these boys, they probably have crazy cardio. I'm sure it's off the charts when they're testing their levels and all that stuff. But my thing is like, how's that transfer to actually shooting explosive double legs and single legs and all the transitioning and all that?
It's hard to talk about because that fight, they're talking about his training and the lead up to that training, but there's so many factors, and you know that.
So many factors. I think it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
I don't. To blame it on the weight cut, to blame it on the strength coach, to blame it on any of the teammates, which they have. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But to me, it's the biggest thing. It's a mental issue with him. Not at all.
Really?
Not at all. No.
Why?
That's standard.
Huh.
Well, Sean was also cutting.
Sean kept the same weight. It's to me, it's like there seems to be some sort of mental gap. He's very inactive, so that's a huge red flag for me. He's super inactive. Fights once a year, which ain't good. And then also, it has to be a discipline issue. If you're cutting that much weight that close to a fight, that's a discipline issue. Sean Strickland had to cut the same amount of weight.
And he knew he was fighting 85. I thought he had a 205 fight at 205.
It doesn't matter. They both got the word that they were fighting at 85 for the world title at the same time.
Do you think he's a natural 85er?
Yes. Yeah, if he was super disappointed, probably 170.
You're saying no?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Because at 205, he's small for 205.
I've never seen him in person, so I don't know how big
He's
his bone structure plays a big role.
Yeah, bone structure, and he's a thinner dude. Like, he's shredded. There's no fat.
Yeah.
He's not a wide-shouldered guy.
No, he's thinner.
So he's going to be small.
Like, when he cuts, it's different. Him cutting to 85 is different than Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland will get a little pudgy, right? Yeah. Like, you see love handles, and, he'll get a little fat on him. Yeah, he gets a little thicker on him. Hamzat, he's muscular, man. So cutting, it's probably a tougher cut for him. Well, that's why he has to be disciplined, man.
If you overtrain, that makes the weight cut harder.
There you go.
Right? Yep. So now, finding the right, you would say, volume of training, right? And you have internal load, external load. Internal load is going to be your HRV, your morning heart rate, things like that. So you have to be cognizant of that, understanding how you're recovering from the actual training session, and then how much load are you putting on the body. External load perspective, meaning volume, intensity, frequency of training. From what we saw, we can only speculate on what we saw when we were in the camp. But it was a lot of circuits, right? A lot of lactic-driven work, right? Was he getting into sparring? Was he getting his sparring rounds in? Was he getting his grappling in? I don't know, but it seems to me like he was focused on that. Which, again, you don't want to jump to conclusions, but that's all we're seeing.
Yeah, because some people were saying that he was, when he went against DDP, he was actually going to Dagestan and actually training with those guys in grappling a lot more than I don't think he even went to Dagestan.
He looked better in that fight and had more grappling.
100%.
But remember, he's still gassed out that fight. Mm-hmm. So I think him going into fights, it's a mental thing. And that's why he doesn't go for finishes. That's why he's not vicious with the ground and pound. Like, he knows his gas tank's going like this, and he's very conscious of it. So I think that's a mental thing.
Also, by the way, Sean Strickland is a dog and very savvy, experienced fighter. All of them more, but Sean seems to be more. Like Sean, DDP spent a lot of time on his back and on his hands and knees. Sean was standing up right away, still almost like pushing back on him. Sean was never letting him bring his hands together, always keeping his hands apart. Those little details, like that's like subtle stuff that you don't say, but that was huge.
One thing to the heart thing, because Sean kind of touched on it in the press conference where he was saying, leading up to the fight, he goes, "You tried to quit. You didn't want to be here." So there is a aspect that does Hamzat really want to be there, or does he have to kind of do it?
That's it. Again, this is all speculation, but what they're saying, they don't know how bad he wants it.
Yeah. Because he wanted to, during COVID, when he got it and it started affecting his lungs and all that, he was like, "I'm done." And then Kadyrov was like, "No, you're not."
Damn. Maybe the most censored leader of in the world. Like, just just human rights abuses for breakfast.
Yeah, dude.
Just the worst.
But back point, like if Sean Strickland got long COVID, do you think those words would ever come out of his mouth?
No.
Do you think John's words would ever come out of his mouth?
No, he has one hip left and he's still trying to wow them.
One fucking eye. Legit, one eye. That's every reason he quit. Was like, fucking whatever. And became world champ.
Another one.
Yeah, I'll never be champ, but my point is like those guys at that function at that high of a level, you can throw anything your way. The words I'm thinking about retiring never happened. Never.
Do you think Hamza has like that fighter mentality?
Again, I saw his training camp. I was in his training camp, and I was like, "This is the best athlete. Like I've never seen anything like it."
So he's a good athlete, but is he a good fighter?
Again, does he have that tenacious like streak in him?
Yeah, but
where he has that. Actually, what would make you think that?
Well, I think he's
a Kevin Holland fight.
He's essentially won everything but this last fight. He is. I just think it comes down to the fact that with Sean, he couldn't hold him down. Then he had to stand and bang with Sean. And if you do that with Sean Strickland, you're going to get pieced up. Now, keep in mind,
he got jabbed up.
Keep in mind, he got jabbed up.
He got jabbed up.
But he also landed stuff too. So it was a very close fight. It was a very close fight. And, Sean was very marked up, broken nose and everything else. So you could have said if it had gone Kamzat's way, which it probably should have in the sense that he was already the champion, going to take the belt away.
That's false. That's false. Yeah, but no one says they don't judge a fight based off this guy is the champ. I know. That's not a real thing.
Right, but
it's a very casual
thing. It is
if you're involved in the sport. That's not. That's a myth.
I actually
think judges do favor.
They do not. They do not. That's not real. That's not. I'm telling you, that's not real.
Yeah,
it's
I think
false.
You think you're saying historically that's not?
It's not. They can't. When they go in, they can't. They have to judge that fight like they judge the first fight in the prelims.
What are they judging?
It's a fight.
You don't think that the judge, and I'm saying historically, our judge is more biased toward the champion?
No, they're not supposed to be. No, they might, because that's a narrative, but they, by all measurements, they cannot judge a fight like that.
They're not supposed to, but I think sometimes, the main point I'm saying is that, to me, to question his fight hard, like he was in that fight all the way through. I just think
hold on, B, but real quick, the second round, when he got tired, remember he flopped to his
he had an adrenaline dump, whatever that is.
Whatever the fuck you call it. I've had adrenaline dumps. Yeah. Sean Strickland's had adrenaline dumps. Never have I flopped to my back and just was like, yep,
was Sean the favorite? Was Sean the favorite?
No, massive under.
But he was the favorite in the arena, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that may play a role too as well.
True. Right, fucking with his psyche.
I think he's got endurance issues to an extent. But what I thought was
physiological level, you slow
third, but third, fourth, and fifth round, he came back.
Yep.
He was right in the fight. So I don't question his heart or his fight. He's a bad motherfucker and a dog. I just think Sean Strickland is a nightmare.
Yeah,
he's a nightmare.
Yeah. To your question, is he a fighter? Early in his career, before he started getting sick and stuff like that, when he was sprinting to the ring and I'm going to kill everybody, like he had that dog. You can't question if he had that confidence. He had that.
It's just sometimes I think again, like it's always what I say is like, until you get up against a world champion, like a guy who's just like as good as Sean Strickland, you don't quite know even what you're made of. Like, there are people that just...
No, it's like Mike Tyson. Like, when you're the bully, it's the greatest sport in the world. Yeah. When I was on the field, I'm like, oh, this is fucking dope.
Yeah.
And as soon as you lose, you're like, oh, this sucks.
You think you got it. No,
so I'm not steamrolling through everybody. First round finish, second round finish, first round finish. And then you run into DDP, it's like, oh, fuck, this sucked.
Yeah. Phil said something I never actually thought of. When you're the favorite in the arena, how much does that play on your adrenaline? Because I never actually thought about that.
It depends on the guy, right? It depends on the guy.
Yeah. But there are two times when we saw Kamzat get a little in trouble. Gilbert Burns.
That was where he got humanized the first time.
Well, got hit. Came through it.
Gilbert's a motherfucker.
Explosive, but
especially that.
Came through it, beat him. Beats Kamaru.
Well, but the Kamaru one is where the red flags really went up, because if that fight was 2 more rounds.
Kamaru was also hurt, though.
Yes, he's always been hurt.
Yeah.
The knees.
But we see these things and we go, okay, But I think the Strickland thing was the first time where it was like, it's a 5-round fight, but he stuck it out. And, I do think
I think for Hamzat, the biggest thing is as a champion. Well, he's not champion anymore, but even as the number one contender, there's just a lot of unanswered questions.
But I always go back to this too. I always go, there comes a point in fighting where not just fight IQ, but skill level. Like, I don't know if Hamzat can deal with Strickland's jab. If he fights him 100 times.
He shouldn't have to. No, he shouldn't have to, though. Hamzat's level of wrestling, grappling is the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever.
Yes, but why do you think he was not able to hold Strickland down?
Over Khabib, really?
Yeah.
You think so?
But Khabib seemed to be better at holding people down. Now, he didn't fight Strickland. He didn't fight a lot of wrestlers. I mean, with all due respect,
I never saw. I saw Khabib in the octagon, but I saw Hamzat against All-Americans, world-class level wrestlers, and he's mopping the floor with them like they're not shit. So I can't say Khabib. I don't know.
The one thing that when Dustin and I got ready for Khabib, we were getting that going. That was But the thing with Khabib, what he was saying was that like Khabib just knew where to be at times. So it wasn't a strength issue for him.
No, he said that, and he goes, it's like they have hands for
Yeah.
And for Khabib too, his thing was breaking you mentally. Like, he was such a dog that he would just, cool, get up, he breaks you down. Cool, get up, he break you down.
Was it?
So for Barboza,
come on, buddy. It's my.
No, that's Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah, but my thing was Khabib. He was going in there to break you. And it's what wrestlers. That's what drives me nuts about Bo Nickel. And Hamzat, I don't see that with Hamzat. He's not trying to break you. Like, if a guy's that heavy of a wrestler and that good, mentally, usually the wrestlers are always the strongest guy in the room. I don't see it from Hamzat right now. Now, it might happen, but there's just questions. Like, I don't question. Have you ever run to a Sean Strickland fight and be like, man, hopefully he doesn't give up?
No.
Never. You're like, oh, you're gonna have to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
With Hamzat, you're like, this is how the first round. It might get a little dicey.
It might be a physiological thing.
Yeah.
Might be a physiological thing. Maybe COVID. Maybe so.
No. Cut all that bullshit. That's the problem. It's here. He has to get over this. He has to extend himself. He has to go into those deep waters, and it's going to be tiring if you go for a finish and you don't get it.
He's not getting tested. He's not getting tested in the training room.
But here's the thing. I don't know who you're going to bring in. Brother, I'm telling you, I've trained John Jones.
Who's a new wrestler that's coming into fighting?
Stevenson. Gable
Stevenson.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, bring that kid.
Bring it back.
He will break Hamzat.
Well, they need that. You kind of need that.
Maybe I saw him go against All-Americans.
But if you're just wrestling Hamzat on an open mat and you put Gable against him,
He should destroy him.
Yeah. Gable's.
But that's what we're saying. Maybe he needs that. Maybe because he's the big dog. And to his coach's defense, they're bringing in savages, and it's like they're tossing him fresh meat, and he's destroying. They're like, we don't know what the fuck else to do.
You guys, picture this. It's late at night, and you're scrolling through your feeds when all of a sudden you see that one product you've been looking for. Okay, you click on the link, add to cart, maybe even shop around a little before you finally hit checkout. And as you're filling in your address, you will realize you don't have your card anywhere near you. Okay? Does that ever happen to you? Besides all the time? That's when you see it. That purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checking out as simple as a simple tap of your screen. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. from household names like, you name it pretty much, to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style, accelerate your efficiency, get the word out, okay? Like you have a marketing team behind you. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond, okay? By the way, if you get stuck, we got 24/7 customer support, award-winning support, all right? So, see less carts go abandoned and more sales with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial. That's $1 per month trial at shopify.com/fighter. Go to Shopify, shopify.com/fighter. That's shopify.com/fighter. Yeah, that Gable Stevenson wins a gold medal at 21 years old.
That kid's gonna be crazy.
He's gonna be a problem. Yeah, especially in the heavyweight division.
That's a better version of Dan Cormier.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Again,
I just hope
let's see. But again, like we got to see how his striking is fucking a whole different animal.
But have you seen him? Have you watched his fights? Like he's knocking it out with the left hook and then double like them at the same time. But then in his last fight, he fought a veteran, like a fucking tough dude.
Yeah.
And the dude landed a spinning wheel kick. You're like, ooh, that's a problem.
Yeah, we'll say to that though, he's got a chin.
Yeah,
He can take a hit. He got a wheel kick to the head and just did a little.
Shit, his first fight's an international fight with some poor soul's gonna fight him.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, is there not official fights? Do they have a fighter for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the international fight week.
Do we not know who?
We do. Bring it up, Jim. No, he got an opponent. I bet that guy was like, wait, who? Cool, man. Yeah. And it seems like, who we fighting though? Gable Stevenson.
Salt and pepper on my head too.
That must be a weird feel when you go, oh, I'm the can.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck off. God,
his team's like, okay.
Oh, my ankle. There goes my ankle.
And they're probably like, should we work on some wrestling? Like, nope, doesn't matter. Let's just work on the heads.
Which is so funny because, like, you know, when you get a game plan, you're like, all right, this is something that we have to go away from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who he's fighting.
Alicia Ellison.
Yeah.
Who's he fought?
Well, what's his background? That's what we're looking at. So he already has one loss in the UFC. Canceled bout.
Punch from top position. Never good when you're fighting a wrestler.
And he got choked out before the UFC. But here's the thing with all this, like, people are like, oh, this is exactly who you should be fighting with your first fight.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what people don't realize.
Yep.
Like, oh, you don't want to give him Cyril Gane? It's like, Jesus Christ, let him warm up, dude. But also, we know him because we're degenerates. My dad doesn't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Like, most casuals have no clue who he is, so you got to build his star, and this is how you do it. Because if he goes out there, and I would be willing to bet he knocks him out, then you're starting to get highlights. Then he becomes the new kid in town, and then you start putting him on main cards. Give him time.
But that upper end top 5 is such a different animal.
Not in the UFC.
Well,
not in the heavyweight.
Hoka just kind of like moseyed his way into there.
Well, Hoka went from unranked to number 5.
Why did he go?
Again, NFL athlete.
Yeah.
A hell of an athlete. Wrestler.
Yeah.
He's got to get tested, man. It's not there yet.
No, we haven't seen him get tested. I mean, the Curtis Blades one was a test.
Curtis Blades is a giant, man.
Yeah.
But he's an experienced giant. Great wrestler. I mean, he hits like a Mack truck. Curtis Blades is a worthy opponent.
100%. I would say the Curtis Blades fight is tough for him than his next one on the White House card against Derek Lewis. Like, if he just fights...
Put Curtis into the shadow realm.
7 years ago. Like, Derek Lewis really doesn't want to be in there anymore. Everyone can smell that. But if Derek does land in that first few minutes, it's game over. So if Josh Hoka goes in there and fights the same game plan, he's cooked.
Yeah.
But he plays like this dumb meathead, but he's a smart dude.
Yeah.
I would assume he misses it up. Yeah.
Well, not Gable. What's his name? Bo basically said, like, this is one of my toughest college matches because it's the first guy that actually came in there ready to.
Yeah, was not beat before he got
Who was this?
Josh Hoka and Bo Nickel wrestled in college. NCAA.
And he said he's the only person that came in there not trying to survive. He actually came in there trying to beat me.
Yeah, he obviously didn't fucked up, but he was like, he's the only guy that actually wanted to wrestle.
What were you wrestling at?
Fresno State.
What was he wrestling? 88 or 85?
Yeah, he was way thinner.
Damn.
He was right. Tell he's holding a lot of body fat though for heavyweights.
He is, right?
Yeah, with his height too, he should be a 205, and if you really lock in and work with you, 85.
Yeah.
Like DC should be an 85. Yeah, like all men.
I always said that. Yeah. But DC's so thick in general, just thick as fuck.
Senior season 197.
Oh damn. Big boy, he's much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, Tim and Bo right in the top right. What is it? I'm so sorry. Why do people hate Bo so much?
Oh boy, that's a dicey road. I think because there's so much hype on him. And even he was like, he was on Food Truck Diaries, and he was like, I'll beat Hamzat right now. And then he goes in there, he's lost a fight, or his fights aren't that impressive.
His confidence.
Yeah,
People
like arrogance.
They don't like that.
And then and then especially the MMA fan base, super toxic. So if you have that much hype, everyone's rooting for him to lose. Hey, he's freaking won the Heisman as fucking wrestler at Penn American, talks all this shit, and his performances, doesn't blow the doors off anyone. So you're like,
he's a little confident. Remember you stitched that video of him when he said that he in a street fight?
I love Bo, and I do think he's the next. Yeah, I think he'll be champion. It's gonna take some time.
You think so? Yeah, better too. He's down the top 10 now, I think.
Yeah, he's a top team. My thing with him is he needs to take a page out. He needs to go to Dagestan and just forget all. When he strikes, I'm like, fuck my life, dude.
Yeah.
When I watch a fight,
Doesn't he have to strike him?
No, not at all. That'd be like saying, doesn't Khabib have to strike? No, dude, you're so dominant in one aspect of mixed martial arts. Use that.
What happened
when he fought RDR? I'm like, you just get a shitty sparring match.
Well, what happens if somebody is good at stopping that?
Who's gonna stop him?
RDR?
Absolutely. RDR? Absolutely.
Stop him.
He didn't stop him. No, he didn't stop him.
It's a fight.
He didn't strike him. And then any takedowns. Bo literally didn't shoot takedowns. Because he was scared of his jiu-jitsu. Has Khabib ever went to a fight scared of jiu-jitsu? He's like, fuck your jiu-jitsu. I'm so good at what I do. It does not matter what you do. I'm going to break you.
Yeah.
And Bo Nickal, we need that out of Bo Nickal.
You ever watch the highlights of Khabib striking?
It's atrocious.
He got caught. He got Conor.
Yeah, because Conor was so worried about the takedown. But his striking.
That's the thing. That's what you want from a Bo Nickal.
Correct.
You want that threat.
But how do you? But you get that threat by dominating wrestling, and then they're like, "Oh shit!" And then you open up the striking.
Yeah.
But when he comes out and just strikes, I'm like, well, I'll be sitting with my family, so pissed. I'm like, well, fuck me, dude. You fucked my night up.
He might be taking a page out of Yoel Romero's book. I mean, you're talking about such a freak wrestler, and then
What a waste of good wrestling.
once. Never wrestled.
And Yoel doesn't wrestle because of his cardio.
Yeah.
And his neck, right? It's
His
the neck.
neck's fused up, but he doesn't wrestle because he's worried about gas out. Bo has cardio. None of it makes any sense. And he should fire his camp. He was like, man, let's go out there and strike. It's like, oh, you're fucking him. He should go be going out there snapping necks, collecting checks.
Did he gain a false sense of confidence?
Yes.
To his beginning stage, like you knock people out.
Like Ronda.
Yeah.
Remember, they're like, she can beat Mike Tyson. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, it's like, what the hell is going on here, man?
Then Amanda came.
The Mike Tyson I know?
Yeah.
And then Amanda was like, I'll solve this.
Oh man, it was so funny.
All home was like, she's just gonna strike. And then she gets back to the locker room. She's like, I thought you guys said I could strike with Mike Tyson. Like, yeah, we fucked up.
I feel like everybody should have to get into the ring with like a guy who really understands how to slip and counter. It's like there are guys, when you're going to go in there, G-box, that's awesome. Throw a jab. Watch what happens. Liver or your chin if somebody's nasty like that. And I'm talking about a 140-pound guy.
But they're protecting them. Like, they're making sure they don't see because they're just that they're fighting.
That's not my favorite because you don't realize how little most people who don't know any type of fighting at all know. There's a girl on Instagram where she'll ask guys on the street, like, do you think you could fight? And they'll be like, yeah. And then she'll show them.
Shadow box.
And then she'll show them
Really?
It's so bad. It's so bad.
But I'm gonna tell you something. So this is interesting. Brendan, you probably allude to this. So went out a couple guys backwoods at Georgia, some bar.
Love it. Yeah, hell yeah.
And we're back there. We're in like the kitchen area, warming up, by the way. And I'm watching this kid hit pads, and he's missing. He's missing the pads.
What?
Literally missing the pads.
Not good.
Almost hitting his coach. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. So he walks out, play music, make the announcement. Within 5 seconds, I hear, crowd starts screaming.
He got
He comes back with a medal in his hand.
What?
Because he just clicked the kid.
Yeah, just sometimes it worked out. Like, I'll never forget, I was with Frank Mayer, and we were at, we were doing something, but we were both acting in the UFC, and we were supposed to fight each other. And it's me and him sitting there. We always had respect for each other. And I won't say who the heavyweight is, but he walks in, and they have him like shadow boxing. Ignorance. He goes, guy has no clue how to strike. but he thinks he's a
Because
strength.
he's popping those mitts.
Yeah, and he's like, isn't that crazy?
That's a big one.
He's like, isn't that crazy? And he goes, and he wins most of his fights by knockouts. He goes, can you imagine going to the octagon with his skill set? And I was like, I would be shitting myself. And he goes, but he thinks he's the shit. He's like, isn't that crazy? I'm like, I can't imagine.
You got a guy going like that.
Yeah, they just don't know. I'll never forget Frank Mir goes, imagine being that guy, dude. He goes, imagine having his skill set fighting at this level. And it's a well-known dude.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, he was like, ignorance is
Do you
bliss,
train
man.
people differently do you train? Is there something called sport specific? It might sound like a dumb question, but I've heard there's a debate.
Yeah.
Like, no, just get strong. You don't need a sport specific thing. If you just get fucking strong, if you can deadlift a lot, squat a lot, and bench a lot, that's the basics.
This has always been a crazy debate, but like at the end of the day, if somebody has the strength to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like I got a guy named Jake Boswick. You guys know who that is, right? He's the bare knuckle guy. Yeah. Tattooed on him.
He's great.
Bring him up, Jake.
I know Jake. He's a stud.
Yeah. And so Jake is
Monster.
He could be a professional powerlifter if he wanted to.
From Britain.
Strong as shit, right? So if that's the case, if he is strong, then that's not a limiter for him. So the goal is, okay, now we need to improve his mobility. Maybe we need to improve his power endurance. We need to increase the limiters. We need to plug those gaps. So I look for those gaps first and foremost. And then from a specificity standpoint, it's going to be the exercises that are in the proper planes of motion. Maybe it's the proper energy systems that we need to attain. Doesn't necessarily need to imitate or simulate the actual fight, but we can do it in a controlled environment and work those demands
Where he has weaknesses.
Where he has
Yeah, because you're starting off from a good base.
Yeah.
So you're trying to expand that. That makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't okay, if I have him do a deadlift again, it's not gonna cause a crazy adaptation and make him a better fighter, right? But improving his ability to do that fast, repeatedly, that's the limiter that we want.
But I think too that's where people get it twisted. It's like if they'll see a guy super strong in the gym, like, oh, that will equal to whatever sport it is. It's like now you got to be able to. At the end of the day, you got to be able to fight. At the end of the day, you got to be able to. Like I remember one of the guys I coached with, AJ Abrams. He was all-time leading scorer for Texas. And first day, Kevin Durant comes to campus, and he goes, "We're all in the gym, we're lifting." He's weak as shit. He goes, and the guys are making fun of him, and he goes. Kevin Durant was like, "Oh, cool. Wait till we get to court." Like, okay, because they're all Americans, and they're like, "Okay." Like he couldn't even put up 135. They're all making fun of him. And he goes, "Okay, cool, man. Well, I'll see you on the court." He goes, "We go out to the court," and he fucking smashed everybody, and was like, "How's the weight room? How's the weight room going?"
There are boxers that'll knock you the fuck out. They can't do 40 push-ups.
Listen, I worked with Robesi Ramirez for 10 weeks. This kid's never really lifted weights at all. Now, 2-time gold medalist, WBO champ, right? So what? All right. So what am I gonna do to get him better? Right. Well, right now, a lot of it was gain some strength, right? Improve his force output, but make sure that he still maintains his skill acquisition and not change any of the dynamics or the biomechanics of his load. But now he understands his body. He can put more force into the movement. Plus, we gain a little bit more. We get a little bit more muscle so that weight cuts easier. Yeah, because he was a little softer back. Was he? Yeah. He just, he's a Cuban boxer. That's all he's done for. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
And have you had any fighters or athletes who come in and they're really good at their sport is, and they dominate in, and then in the weight room you're surprised at how weak they are? Or strong? Dustin?
Bro.
Really?
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Yeah, I love
we did a bench press, and just to see where
he's thick right now.
Now
he's like 195.
Well, he's on some different.
Yeah,
he looks crazy.
He's enhanced.
Yeah.
Bench pressing like 95 pounds.
No.
Yeah. Well, he's 95.
But
by the way, if you talk to guys like Mike Brown and Thiago Alves, he would knock out all his sparring partners.
Oh, yeah, but
that was his thing. Hard.
Yeah, but you gotta bench 195, dude.
It was being shitty. No way, it was only 95.
No, bro.
No, 5-6 weeks.
That doesn't mean that he wasn't knocking people out.
Yeah.
So there's something
It doesn't transfer sometimes.
No, and like that's why, like, okay, you look at certain exercise selection, you want to do things that will be transferable to the sport. Yeah. Right? And then that's how you can actually get somebody to buy in. Brendan, if I was trading you for a fight, it will be. Let's go. Yeah. What we would do is I would also be able to reframe certain exercises that you know that have high transferability. Because you have to have like somewhat of a schema fit to understand why am I doing what I'm doing right now. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time. Yep. And so you get buy-in from those exercises as long as you can reframe, and that's like the art of coaching.
Yeah, he's weird strong. He's a fucking shit gorilla. Now I come to you at 59. There's nothing. Hold on, bro. I'm talking to my trainer. I didn't ask you. I'm talking to my trainer. I'm talking to my trainer, Phil Daru. Right? And I go, Uncle Phil. Brandon's been kicking sand in my face, and I'm sick of this shit. And I'm not a strength coach. Oh, I'm not talking to you right now. Fucking bully. Get out of here.
Phil's gonna say
he's a bully.
Phil's gonna say buy a gun.
Yeah.
First of all, look what you had to work with. That's some clay right here. You got some good clay, bro.
I get it.
You got some old fucking clay.
Hold it up.
I'm 59, but you saw the way I move. I train every day.
Yeah.
I need to put some strength. I need to get some strength. Give me
exercise.
Hey, bro, I'm not talking to you. I want both. Because I want Brendan to do this. This is all I'm asking. I want you to get me where Brendan goes like this. It's never happened. Watch this again. Not too much. Just one more. I want to be like this. Yeah, sure. I mean, if the deal.
That's never gonna happen.
Phil's a world-class trainer, not a fucking wizard.
What do you got for me? How much? 20 milligrams of test every other day.
Let's bump that up. Let's get you some trim.
It's a trend now.
We need it.
You gotta do a lot of shit to me.
Yeah, we definitely
gotta turn me into a walking pharmacy.
I'm not the creator, brother. I can't do it. But I'll tell you this. What I would say, not Brendan, because we got to think somebody like realistic. Yeah. I would focus on like heavy carries, like heavy sandbag carries, strongman stuff. Right? Listen, grip strength, as you know, right? And then I got career change, like your back strength, right? We neglect that. A lot of guys like to just bench press, and I'm gonna get my guy here to squat today. So that's gonna be fun.
He's a strong fucker, this kid.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
He's like your little brother.
Yeah, let's do it.
If your business communications are basically a burner phone and a prayer, missed calls, texts, nobody answered, customers following up for the third time, it's a mess. At some point, you just hit that wall where you're like, all right, I'm done with this. Let's fucking quo. Yeah, that's right. I didn't say go. Let's fucking quo. Q-U-O. That's why today's episode is brought to you by Quo, Q-U-O, the business communication system built so you never miss a call. All right? Your entire team can handle calls and texts from one shared number. All right? Quo is the #1 rated business phone system on G2 with over 3,000 reviews. All right? In more than 90,000 businesses, from solo operators to growing teams, rely on it to stay connected, professional, and consistently reachable. Quo works wherever you are, right from your phone or computer. Quo isn't just a phone system, it's a smart one. All right? AI automatically logs calls, generates summaries, and flags the cracks. So calls, texts, voicemails, transcripts, and contact details, all in one clean view, so your team always has a full picture and can show up for every customer conversation. Money is on the line. Always say hello to Quo. Try Quo for free, plus get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/fighter. That's Quo, QUO.com/fighter. You guys tell me you were bros, I believe it.
Let's think so. Yeah. He's like,
different moms or some shit.
He's doing an episode of No Leg Day, and his fucking quads did not get the memo.
We're gonna definitely do some quads and hamstrings. But yeah, like I said, I would do some heavy carries. Even like, people neglect even now, like climbing, right? Rock climbing, which is crazy for your grip. Not only your grip, but your grip endurance, right? Think about that. You've ever gone rock climbing?
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
We should do it during wrestling season because it would just give you like it would hit things that you're like, I don't even know what muscle that is that I fucking am sore from.
You know what I have to do with my 10-year-old's a gorilla, but he plays a lot of baseball, football. But I'm grab dumbbells, like pound dumbbells, and then like, Dad, how many laps? I'm like, 2 pounds. Yeah. But I'm like, until you drop him. How old is he? 10. And he'll go boom.
He's carrying
monster.
shit.
How much is he weigh?
He's about 110 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about at 10, 11. I was like 115, 110.
Oh, damn, you were a big kid.
I was big.
Yeah.
I played football since I was a kid.
Oh, damn.
I played for Alabama State.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my whole thing. I did martial arts, growing up, but football was my thing in Florida.
Were you a safety?
I played strong safety in college. I played middle linebacker in high school.
That makes sense.
Middle linebacker because all of our guys ran at least a sub 4.44.
Really?
I ran a 4.5.
Damn. And in high school, the boys were running?
I had one on the team.
And were you the always white guy?
Yeah, that's my
It's just a question.
in college because I went to HBCU.
Oh my god, that makes sense now.
You had some speed.
It's all in sense, right?
You had some speed.
Yeah. I think I had more.
The fastest white guy in the team.
100%. That's saying something.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What'd you weigh when you played?
205. Same.
Yeah. And then was there a time when you realized that the journey was over?
So
There's always that moment where like, oh wow, the buck stops here.
Well, I was a gunner on the kickoff team.
Yeah.
And busting through wedges, and I'm 5'8", and I'm on a good day. 5'9" in the books.
Yeah.
I see that too. It's
Well,
one that ever targeted.
5'10".
Yeah.
And I would just get concussions like crazy.
Yeah.
I've had 8 or 9 that I can count, and it ultimately ended my fighting career too.
Really? The concussions?
Yeah, because it was 2 weeks from my last. I got kicked in the back of the head. It was a technical spot. It wasn't even like something hard. Kid came down, did like a spinning back kick. I kind of slipped it, thinking he wasn't gonna come down hard on it. Hit me in the head. And I was like, damn, I'm concussed. I finished the training, went to a neurologist, and they're like, listen, you don't stop, you have Alzheimer's by the time. I said, damn. So then I went, and it took me a few weeks to go, like, all right, this is it. I called Dean, and Dean was like, listen, if this was like your knee or your back, we should work around it, but it's your brain, you can't really work around it.
100%. Dean's a good friend then.
Yeah,
But it's also what people don't realize. Like I was a fullback. I was the wedge buster, and I was the wedge on kickoff. So it was just like first team all CT. So the fighting didn't really. The fighting was whatever. It was the football that fucked me up.
100%. Yeah, really. To this day, like
boxing and all that.
yeah.
Neither was good.
I was a wedge breaker too, and it's basically like a bring down speed run.
Yeah, you just go in.
Well, that's why they eliminated it in the NFL.
They did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
I wish we were getting paid then. That would be awesome.
That would have been nice, right?
Yeah, what is it? The NIL kids.
NIL, yeah.
These kids are getting paid more than the high school guys in the league, bro. We're talking about, $1 million
Think about what
contracts coming out of high school.
Oh, stupid money.
Even the college wrestlers are making so much money that there's almost no reason for them to want to go into the UFC. They're making so much
And
money.
thank God. But there's also some of these kids, like there was a kid who was at Texas last year where he got, I think they offered him something crazy, like $6-7 million to play at Georgia. And he's like, no, I'm going to go in the draft. If that's my son, and hopefully God willing, my son has that ability, I'd be like, Bubba, stay in college. You're the man. All the chicks dig you. You go to the NFL, you're playing against grown men. Your chances of
Didn't the kids stay until they was like 26?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. There's some kids that stay for a while. I'd tell my son, like, no. There's no rush to get to the pros.
Wow.
You're talking about a completely different animal.
Yeah.
One, you being the man on college campus, and we know you can play at this level, like, stay here and make money, dude. There's no reason to rush to the NFL now. Zero reason.
Make money.
I have a few guys.
Sacks.
Oh, yeah. That's a given.
A little bit.
I got a few guys in the league now, and it's like every year it's like, okay, am I going to stay in the league?
Yep.
And luckily my guys are good to where they're franchise guys, but like
Where they say I'm not gonna stay in the league because they
just they don't want to deal with it. Like it's a lot, even coaches too.
Oh.
I talk to a lot of straight coaches in the league, and it's like they're moving everywhere.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. Like one of my very closest friends, Lauren Landau, he was the head strength conditioner for the WI. So I was his first UFC athlete. He was like got me ready for pro day for the NFL. Then he was my strength conditioning coach all during the UFC. He's like my brother. But he was at the Denver Broncos, and he was just like, man, it's pretty stressful because it's out of his control, but guys kept getting hurt. But he was taking the blame for it. And then that coaching staff gets fired. Well, they don't leave him, they get rid of everybody. So now he's at Notre Dame, which he loves.
And he's probably going to be there for a while, right?
Yeah.
The thing with college, I think, too, as well, is like they see the worth in the sport performance side, too, right? Because we're increasing their ability to be on the field, you know? And if we can keep them healthy, well, that's good for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Any have more ability to kind of control the college athlete because on campus, or you can mold them. You can mold them. NFL, those boys are wild. Like there's a lot of guys have their own trainers. Yeah. So if let's say your stud is with this trainer in Boca that you don't know, and he has him doing some program, then he reports to training camp, and then first preseason game he tears his hammies. They're not looking at that trainer in Boca. They're looking at you on the staff. You taking a heat for it.
Yeah. You got to search for the right people too, as well, and having communication. If you are that coach, like I'm in the private sector. I've been in the private sector pretty much all my life. And having communication with the actual strength and conditioning coach, right? Because you don't know what they're doing. So, like at the end of the day, we want them prepared to go into minicamp, and prepared to go or whatever it is. So, yeah, it's definitely.
Where's your gym, Boca?
I have one in Port St. Lucie, and then I'm building out one with Merrick Health soon in Delray Beach, and I have one in Deerfield too. You were at the one in Boca, move on. Yeah.
Life could be much worse. Delray Beach, you got a gym there. Port St. Lucie.
Is there a better life than that?
I love Florida.
Part of the country?
I love that part.
You should definitely live out there.
Dude, I want to come out there and get swole as shit. Be your assistant. Super tan fucking assistant, dude.
I'll be yours.
It's like you looking at me, he's skinny, but he's got wisdom.
He's got it, bro.
Wisdom, bro.
You go out there a lot, though.
Fuck yeah, I do. I have a house outside of Sarasota.
Oh, nice.
I love it there. I need to come and start taking my training way more.
You could move out there, right, B? You could live out there.
Fuck yeah, I could.
Yeah.
But we're coming. We're going to build out.
If it wasn't a comedy, I would be there. In my opinion, South Florida.
There's just no comedy scene.
There's no comedy scene. There's no comedy scene. Not like Palm Beach Improv. No, that's not.
Well, that's
They told us that.
Yeah, close that down. That was one of my favorite places of all time.
Miami Improv.
Oh, we went to a show.
You came to my show?
Yeah.
I remember when Jake Boswick was there. This girl who had opened for me, such a sweetheart, and just kind of a little comic, And she looked at him. She was dating some skinny dude, really skinny guy. Just like this guy was kind of a nerd gamer. And she looks at Boswick, who's a good-looking guy, actually, just a
voice.
I called him the White Samoan. He said,
Yeah.
and she goes, do you have tattoos everywhere? And he goes, yeah. She goes, wow, you just cover your body. And he goes, yeah, that's it. Well, dude, and then she goes, I thought you were fat at first, but I saw, and then for one reason or another, she said, well, what do you have there? And he takes his shirt, he kind of just takes his shirt, he opens his shirt, and it was so, she literally, I never forgot this, she goes like this.
She sucked him off?
No, she went like this, she goes, I heard it, he didn't, she goes, yeah, you're beautiful.
That must have been
Yes.
He must have been getting ready for a fight.
Yeah, he looking so.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That boy gets big.
He gets
big.
He's terrifying, and he's also terrifying. Like
he's such a good kid.
Hitting you with a bare fist.
Yeah. Well,
his dad's like that too. Show me.
Oh, brother.
Show me that video of his dad.
He's 37.
Somebody tried to
It's tough when you keep blowing up like that. It's like Patty too.
Well, now he's staying at a certain weight. His dad looks younger than him.
I know.
Right?
His dad, there's a video of his dad, somebody tried to steal his car. You see his dad, this British guy. He's going to do all this shit. I go, no, fucking you there. And comes out with a bat. The guy's like, he's just a monster.
Bro, we were in Detroit for his last MMA fight, and we were main event. And the kid was supposed to be a title fight at 170. So, you had to be 170.
Yeah, I can't believe he gets down to 170.
No, it's the only time he got down to 170. I cut him down, and it was, but he looked like he was stacked. He was good.
Yeah.
We get there. Jake may weigh 170. The kid comes in. He's the hometown favorite. He's the hometown kid. Jack, black kid, strong. You could tell that he's an athlete. And came in at like 172, right? So then they were like, yeah, we'll give him a pound allowance, right? And then we don't count the points.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, he's 170. I think he was 172.8 or something like that. Or no, 171.8. So and they're like, no, he's got to cut the weight. It's the title fight. Jake's dad went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And he thought it was kilos.
He's like, 2 fucking kilos?
Then Jake looks up. Jay was like, Dad, it's pound style. Oh my God. We almost got shot that night.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Detroit's tough. Detroit's tough.
There are no fist fights in Detroit.
No, and so Jake ended up losing the fight.
Yeah.
They all try to rush the cage. I'm keep kicking kids off the cage.
Oh, no.
It was wild. Yeah. But that's Jake's dad, man. Yeah, he rolled, man. Jake said, awesome. Terry's the man. When I was in London doing a seminar, he drove to drive me around. He's on the floor taking pictures, like in the streets, bro. He's a gamer. I love that guy.
His dad looks way younger.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
His dad looks like Lee Priest.
Yeah,
He does.
and he's got more tattoos on his head now. Too.
Wow.
Just father son. Look at his
They're
dad.
like bros.
Shit, the fuck? Just a couple of them, just animals.
Yeah.
They look like Yakuza warriors.
He had a dual strong shirt over there.
Yeah, Jay couldn't help but be tough with a dad like
Damn,
that.
he's 50. He looks great.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't crazy.
I'm gonna have to tat up a little bit.
I told him I was like, I gotta get more work done, man.
That's the first thing you described for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shave down,
What you
tat up.
shave your head?
Yeah, shave my head. Gotta do that.
You look, they look amazing.
Yeah,
They just neck tattoos,
Get the beard.
in the face.
grow the beard like that.
Yeah, that
Dye
the
it.
gray too.
Oh,
But
fuck. I'm so
Jim, what part of England are they from?
We gotta get some sleeves behind the ear.
Southeast. Yeah.
Copeland guys are tough. So,
Their knuckles different, man. Like these guys, a special type of crazy.
Yeah, they're not just different animals.
I've cornered Jake and Hector Lombard.
you would cornered Hector.
Hector's my boy.
First time I saw Hector,
I'll tell you Hector's story.
first time I saw Hector, I was at American Top Team. It was back when I was boxing, and I just wanted to learn. So I go in there, and
Do you go to the corner?
I'm just moving around with guys, excuse me, and I see fucking.
Was it
Somebody said
was
to me,
that the old gym?
yeah, I think it was Eve Edwards. Goes, no, not him, not you.
No, doesn't play nice.
Okay.
You're,
It's his choice.
you're an actor, and he doesn't know.
Yeah, great choice.
And I looked at him, and I was like, well, don't worry about it, because I'm not going to be like, hey, really thick Cuban guy. But he and I, we saw him at the airport.
Yeah.
Brendan and I see Hector, and he's got sweats on.
Cheeked up.
We were a couple of gay men. We were like, look at the fucking cakes on him. I mean, a couple honeydew melons for his ass.
He had some cheeks.
And he's just sitting there waiting to go through the machine. And Brandon and I are combing him with our eyes. Just combing him out.
The shame is because I do commentating for Game Bread. They're supposed to do Yo Romero versus him, and they pulled out a week before.
I mean, they used to train together, right?
Yeah.
They
I didn't like
hate
that
each
much
other.
at all. No, they don't.
Hate each other.
Really?
Horrible blood.
What the fuck? They're both Cuban. One's a judoka, one's a wrestler.
They can't stand each other. And when I was commentating in Puerto Rico, they're supposed to do, or the DR, sorry, they were supposed to announce the fight, which was, I think, 3 weeks before that fight in Miami. They announced the fight, and they didn't know each other were both at the arena. And so then they told them literally right before they're supposed to go in the cage, and both of them said the exact same thing, went, oh no. If we get around each other, we're gonna fight on site.
It's the same thing.
So you don't have enough security. Super deep. I'll tell you. Super deep.
I bet it involves a girl. I said it. I bet it involves. I know it's crazy.
Usually how it works.
My guess is it's got to involve a girl. Maybe even why.
Did you see the Tyron Woodley and him get after it or get into it?
No.
One of their knuckle fights?
No. Did they?
Well,
وكتابنا هنا موقع أول مشاكل الشام بين المستشفى سبحانه وهنا اتفق. وكتابنا هنا موقع أول مشاكل الشام بين المستشفى سبحانه وهنا اتفق. Corruption about my bad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Corruption about my bad.
Like, Hector got in his face. Yeah, it was.
Hector's a lot, and they're both, Hector's in shape too. And it's those two boys mess around. Like there's, and that's what in last season he runs it. He's like, yeah, man, we'll have you in there just like, in case what, Bubba? You don't pay me nowhere near enough to get involved in this.
Executive rotation now.
Yeah, I don't know
that. I had so the first time that I actually here is right here.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, when he points you like that, it's a problem. hyped up.
He has prayer hands. He does not want this.
And he's keeping his hands up in case he sweats on him. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. They're trying to set up a bare knuckle fight.
So that'd be a tough fight for him. Bare knuckle would be tough for him. MMA, Hector would have problems. But bare knuckle, I think so. Yeah. Look at their career.
Yeah.
Hector's won one. There's a nightmare. Is MMA?
You know how old Hector is now? We don't know because he's cute.
I'd say he's 42.
No.
I'm going to go close to 50.
He's older than that.
I'm going to go close to 50.
Someone already was 42. Like, I think he's still in the UFC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. 48.
Yeah. And even and you don't know, like Yoel Romero, when we were out there, someone goes, "Oh man, it's your birthday, happy birthday." It's not my birthday. Like, oh, on Wikipedia it says your birthday. It's not my birthday.
Yeah, he wants
and you're like, well, when is your birthday? Oh.
Okay, so those are...
It's a cyborg. If you pull this rock and say, I've never hit, and like Luke trained with Daniel Cormier for years, and Cain Velasquez, he goes, I've never hit anybody who felt like cement. Like, he felt like cement. It was just,
I would have loved to train Yoel at one point.
I think he's the freak of all freaks in terms of who stepped in beyond.
He's up there.
Hector's always fun to train because you don't know what's
I mean,
going to
Francis
happen.
Ngannou's got something to say. But, like, Yoel.
Also, that new kid, I forgot his name. One you sent me the picture of. What was I forgot his name?
Oh, the kid from Straight Africa?
Yeah.
Oh, that dude. We don't know yet. We certainly got a
Shirt's out on him. Yeah, he's up fighting competition. He's fun though. Yeah.
Just jacked. Like,
He's from Contender Series, African kid, all knockout.
from Cameroon.
What's gotta be tough coming from the whole, like, his village, basically. And it's like, oh, he comes from nothing. It was like mud huts.
Well, Frank Grillo went to Senegal.
Yeah.
Frank Grillo went to Senegal. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And
He's a whole handful.
yeah, it's a whole different thing. And that's not enhanced. That's just how he is.
But he's not like freakish like the other guys are talking about.
Yeah. Well, there's
He's pretty standard from that area.
certain
What's his height?
6'2", I think.
That's perfect. 6'2", 185.
I mean, I would never wear clothes if I was built like that. I would be.
Never.
I would always do podcasts.
Well,
Hey, keep going.
It's a standard black guy. He's nowhere near the boys we're talking
Well,
about.
I don't know, Bubba. You got to
No, I know.
Have you seen him?
I'm telling you. I've
That
seen him
weak
fight.
though?
Yeah, I've seen him. There's some freaks out there, man.
Yeah.
81-inch reach.
Damn. 6'4".
6'4", 185, that's tough.
Yeah, it's not good.
I fought a kid at 81.
That's wild.
At 155.
Jesus Christ.
Who was it?
Do you know how to use it?
I took him down every round. His name, Vince McGinnis.
When did you start wrestling? After football.
Well, I've done Kempo karate, did boxing in high school, and then wrestled a little bit in high school. But we were just trying to get ready for football.
Yeah.
And then I got out of school, and I was like, I went to Port St. Louis with my family, moved up there, and then I saw that Dean had a school, had a ATT affiliate. And I actually, he was opening up the gym when I walked in there, and I was like, yo, I want to fight. He kind of looked at me. I was like, all right. So I went in, did my first ever grappling class, and I was like, oh, I love this. And then he was like, you got to get down to 155. And I was like, I have been 155 since middle school.
Yeah, man.
155 is impossible.
Well, then I went down to Creek and I saw Tiago at like stacked it.
Yeah.
250. I got a point back in the day. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I should go to
Yeah, 45 makes sense.
You know?
So, fuck everybody.
He's just doing it.
Dean Thomas, like your guy? Oh, wow.
That's my coach.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I love that dude. So,
Good, yeah.
such a good guy.
Still a top team. Doing a couple things outside of it.
How's Mike?
Good, yeah.
Fucking Mike Brown walking. Like, you ever see the way he walks? He's just all the injuries. Like, hey, Mike, can you straighten your knees? Just a light time of training. Just fucking your hands all fucked up.
He just walks in wrestling position.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Elbows tucked.
Love those guys.
Knees.
So,
Yeah, I think they're still going to try and do that Hector Yoel fight.
Really?
Yep.
I got to talk with Hector.
Yeah.
The first time I really met Hector, to be honest with you, like, I've known him because I used to watch him.
Yeah.
Like, coming up, like, I would watch his fights before my fights.
Yeah, he's a savage.
You know? And I went to Creek to spar, and I was doing well, and Conan, like, pulled me out from the group and was like, go to that corner. That corner is Hector's corner. And I'm like, damn, it's going to be a rough night. But then I was sparring Sabah Hamasi. And me and Sabah are sparring, and Hector's on the side coaching. And now I'm doing well, and like Hector's just yelling at me from saying, "What the hell are you doing?" So then I get nut shotted, right? Hit me right in the balls, and it was an accident, obviously. And he goes, "Hector, I felt the cup." Like, he's like, "No, he's fucking lying. He's lying. Oh, get back in there." So I'm like, "Damn, I'm gonna have to fight Hector. Like, this is gonna happen." After the sparring ended, he comes over, he showed me a couple of things, which was great. Then we go to the local LA Fitness. We all go. It's me, pretty much like every other UFC fighter plus Dean was at this place, and we're in line to get like a smoothie. And, basic bro gym. So these guys are like over there looking at us. And Hector's looking at me, but he's also looking at the guys. He's like, "What the fuck are you looking at, man? Yeah, what the fuck are you looking at?"
Hector's like a pit bull.
I go, and the guys looking at us. They move.
They want nothing.
Around.
Yeah.
I said, "Hector, they're fans, man." He's like, "Oh, fuck that. We're the real tough guys. They're not the real tough guys." I'm like, "My brother, they're fans.
You gotta tell them that."
Then turns to the girl getting our smoothie, and he just switches. "How you doing?"
He's just filled with so much like aggression and testosterone
Well,
the whole
apparently,
time.
he gets to do that in sparring.
Oh yeah, it's a problem.
I definitely, it was tough to watch because you get into a fight when you spar, technically spar.
Yeah.
He's not a guy you want to meet. He's probably in the top 5 of people you don't want to meet mug by accident.
I'll tell you this, it's hard. Like, you're getting, it's almost like a Tyson-like feel. Like you're kind of there, but you're like, I don't know what he's gonna get.
Yeah. It's like in a pit bull from the pound. It's like in a pit bull from the pound. Everyone's like, "Is he nice?" You're like, "I think so."
Sometimes don't make a bunch of sudden movement.
There's a loud noise run. Like that's Hector Lombard. Like, I think he's nice.
You don't know what's going to set him off.
Yeah, well, he almost fought one of my other athletes while we were training together. I put him in a group, and I shouldn't have did that, which was a problem. And he almost went toe-to-toe with him. And I had like a sprained ankle at the time. I'm like, Hector, I can't stop this. My ankle.
Yeah, it's like,
don't do this today.
But you know what? But Hector, to his defense, it's like, especially his time, like there's a certain amount of guys from that year, that class. Like Verdun was the exact same way. Where he throws jumping knees, spinning, he'd knock dudes out on a daily basis training. Shogun, Nog, those boys from Shootboxing, Vanderlei Silva, like they're just from this certain class. They're just from that certain class where that's what they do. And everyone's like, "Oh, they're assholes." I'm like, or that's just the way they came up.
Yeah,
like they're just fucking killers. And they came from nothing. And if you get in there, that's their job. And they're just fucking killers. So those guys, like, that's what's different between today's fighters and those guys. Those guys are fighters.
Yes.
They're gonna fuck you up, and you better be ready to go. And they don't mean anything by it. It's just they're actual fighters.
Yeah.
Today's fighter is an athlete.
Yes.
And they're athletes, and they're it's a sport, and technically they're better than a lot of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I would still bet on these old school dudes because they're actual fighters.
I talk now a lot with Tyrone Small, and he's got that similar feel.
Monster.
Great guy, super intelligent too, by the way.
Yeah, really smart guy.
And like, I still get that feeling. I'm like, "How you doing today?" He's like, "I'm okay."
He's not still fighting.
No, he's opening up. He actually started a energy drink company. And so we're doing a lot of content with them down there.
This guy you got to test the waters with.
Yeah. Kind of, like,
But those guys from that class, it's just they just operate different. Wolverine was the same way. That's what. Yeah, it's just that's what it was.
I watched the training. I was like, "There's no warm up. You guys would just start banging." I was like,
out for blood. And we were good, but we broke all our toys. Like by the time you got to the octagon, you're fucked up.
Yeah.
But then when you're built like Hector, you're built like UL, they could survive and still perform.
I remember when Robbie stopped sparring consistently, kind of preserved his career.
Yeah,
honestly.
but before that, he was similar. All those boys, they just played. They didn't. There was no like training. They would just fight.
Yeah.
Those guys were so much tougher than the guys today. So much tougher.
I went to Chechnya to do some consulting for them.
Really?
And Berkut MMA.
Did you meet? You did.
They brought me out.
You guys look similar, right?
By the way, bring up Kadirov.
You look like Kadirov. Literally, you lived in Florida.
He must have been like my American brother.
Yeah. 26.
By the way, that's Phil's athletic brother.
I don't know. He can grapple, man.
Kadirov really.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you guys look
26 years old, man. He brought me out, and we're having, I get there, and I didn't know what I was stepping into. And I go into the training facility, and the training facility, it reminded me of Rocky IV, like literally. But outside of that, it was just like crazy mayhem. And I walk in, these guys are sparring. These guys are sparring with little gloves. Kid gets knocked out flat, just flat in the cage. I'm like, you gonna help him? They shake his legs out, get back up, and start sparring again. I was like, these guys are different, But we're having dinner every night, and they got armed guards with AKs.
How was the food?
Amazing.
Yeah, rice, heavy meats.
Yeah, and they get it from the back. They chop it up.
No, it's killed right there.
Yep, right there. So it was fresh.
and very hospitable, actually.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean,
Chechen culture.
So there's no part of you that's worried a little bit being over there?
I was so naive too as well. I'm 26 years old.
Yeah.
But if you're a guest among the Chechens and Dagestanis, if you're a guest, you're treated like a king.
No.
They brought out Frank Mir and they brought out Michael Johnson too as well before me, and they both said the same thing. But like, people swear guns in the mountains and stuff. I thought they were recruiting me, honestly.
Yeah, they'll do everything for you to make you feel. The Afghanis are the same way. Like you go out there, if you go out there as a guest or as somebody who's humbled and says, "I'd like to just learn," they will fight. It's a huge part of their culture. And by the way, having lived in the Arab world for 8 years, go to Syria, go to Lebanon, go to any countries. They will.
Joe Garrotti, he does this travel show, and he actually was escorted by Al Qaeda. That was who his escorts were, and they were so nice to him. Yeah, which is crazy. I don't know if they're just trying to get more
Taliban or Al Qaeda.
Might have been Taliban, yeah.
So Taliban. Al Qaeda.
Yeah, you're
Probably
right.
not. They're not as well equipped.
They're no longer around. They got
When you say Al Qaeda, I'm like, I don't know about it. That's what he said.
Taliban, yeah.
ISIS and Al
He's like,
Qaeda.
the Yemi works, dude. I'm flying this flag.
Yeah, the SEAL team takes the elbows.
I'm lay low on the flag. Cool black flag I got.
And I was asking questions. He just told me enough. But he told me how they neutralized ISIS. How they were like, first of all, Al Qaeda got fucked up, but ISIS was a major problem. And so the U.S. military was like, all right, we gotta take care of this.
Problem during Obama years. That's why when Trump released the hounds, he's like, yeah, go take care of them.
Well, these guys though, the way they went after ISIS, they took care of them in 6 months. And he was telling me like some of the tactics, and I was like, it was shit I was like, well, what are you supposed to do? Because you're supposed to die, because that's what happened.
They eradicated all of them. All of us, yeah.
All of
Some
them.
say less than that.
If you have a cell phone, you're done. They did so many things.
My kid goes on spring break, and one of Tiger's buddies is leaving. Tiger, spends a day with us on the lake. And usually, I don't let people take my kids to do stuff. He can't get hurt, right? Because he has all stars and all this shit coming up. But I was like, all right, family's cool. It's summer break, all good. I get a video, and they're wakeboarding. And this guy's holding Tiger. So he's, the wakeboards aren't big, but he has Tiger who's 115 pounds. And this guy, he's pretty shredded, he's like in shape. And he's wakeboarding with Tiger on there. And he's holding Tiger by one hand. He's doing this, and he's bringing Tiger on. I'm like, who the fuck is that? With my kid? What the fuck is going on here? And then I go to pick him up. And I'm like, have you met our friend Matt? I did whatever his name was. And I start talking to him, and I'm like, what are you, the fucking world record holder for wakeboarding, man? What's your deal? He's like, I'm a SEAL. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He goes, yeah, I'm pretty good in the water. I'm like, holy shit, are you good in the water? I'm talking he's on there, no hands, just holding 115 pounds like this. Just go.
Hold his lunchbox.
Yeah, I'm like, holy fuck. That's great. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. And Tiger's like, Dad, what's a Navy SEAL? I'm like, oh, buddy, we're going to have a fun one tonight. So Netflix has that new series that goes deep dive. It's a documentary on Navy SEALs, but he's all in on. That guy's the coolest guy in the world.
I'm close with Eddie Gallagher.
Oh, yeah.
So Eddie's not like a big guy, you know what I'm saying, by any means. But like, he was telling me what he was doing there. You know, he got in trouble with it, which was crazy.
I know a guy in his outfit. The guy in his outfit said to me, he goes, Eddie was the guy who we'd come back from literally like a mission. And then we knew we had 4 hours to sleep. We knew we had 4 hours to sleep, get some rest. And then Eddie would be like, he'd be walking toward the gym. They're like, where are you going? So I get a workout.
He got in trouble for they said he shot that guy, right?
Took a picture with that.
Yeah, there was a, he was,
Took a picture.
he got arrested.
What they all did, though. That was the thing.
Yeah, they're bros. Who the fuck wouldn't?
He got arrested for what they consider war crimes.
Which is hilarious.
No, because they said, there were guys who said he was a sniper and he shot kids and all that.
Okay, that's not hilarious. I take that comment back.
No, but when the guys were cross-examined,
Terrible, and he should be executed.
but when they got cross-examined, everybody was like, well, and it turns out a lot of guys just didn't like it.
This was back when, like, now they're, like, you know, we're talking about kids now that aren't really ready for the SEALs, right? Like, I don't want to say that because SEALs are amazing, but, like, they weren't the SEAL that he came into. He's the old school.
That's what this SEAL was telling me. He goes, the SEALs from the old school days are different than the ones now. He goes, and also their motto is different too. He's like now you see guys breaking the code when they're talking about the missions. He's like, and this guy was an older school SEAL. He's like, we do not do that. He goes, we don't do it. And then we were talking about that one Special Force guy that bet on himself and made like $1 million. Remember, this is recent. Remember that Special Force guy bet on himself on like Kelsey or some shit?
Oh, yeah. When they went into Maduro.
Yeah, so the guy bet on himself that they would get him, right? And I was talking about that. I'm like, dude, good for him, man. Like, betting on himself, made $1 million. It's not like you guys get compensated.
He proves it.
I go, it's not like they get compensated. Like, I'm glad he got that money. And hopefully Trump pardons him. And he goes, no. We shouldn't be getting more money. He goes, we're getting exactly how much we should be getting. And I was like, oh, right. He goes, because if they up the salary, you're going to get guys in who are in for the wrong reason.
That makes sense.
He's like, so that we're getting exactly what we should be paid.
That makes sense.
He goes, because if they increase the pay, then you're getting these other slack gigs.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, he's like, that shouldn't be there. And I was like, oh, right. I was
You want
like,
patriots.
that's what he's saying. He's like, you want people doing it for the right reasons.
Well, I listened to 2 hours of Eddie Gallagher on Andy Stumpf, and then I looked at the case, the whole case. Nobody could corroborate, and everybody was like, they said a bunch of shit, and when they were cross-examined, it all fell apart.
That makes sense.
And I really listened, and it was like, that's why they were like, there's no evidence here. Well, who's saying that?
You know what I don't like? And again, I couldn't hold the jockstrap of these Navy SEALs and all these Rangers and shit, but what I don't like is when they go bad on each other. It's like such a fraternity, and they're such badasses. I don't like the gossipy, like you don't really see fighters going bad at each other. Like, we're a fraternity. Now, if you're fighting each other, fire away. Like, that's all love and fair war.
Yeah.
But you don't see after the fact, like, retired fighters kind of going, like, yeah, did you hear Yoel Romero get this? Like, never. Like, there's like a ruthless, there's like a code of conduct. But when it comes to the Special Forces guys, when I see them starting podcasts or writing books and doing all this shit.
Podcast.
Yeah, and then they start, like, snitching on each other, or like, oh, that guy didn't do that. You're like, I don't like any of this, man.
And I don't think
like, it's like gossiping. Yeah, it's like not alpha shit.
But when you talk to like certain guys, you always think that there's some honor among them. They're like, some of them. I have one guy who I know. He goes, there are 3 guys in my who I went to war with that I would do anything for, and then there are 3 guys that if they were on fire, I wouldn't cross the street to piss on.
That's weird. I guess
They're not sentimental. They're not. It's not like it's a brotherhood. That's bullshit. It's a lot of guys who are like, fuck that guy and fuck that guy, and type A personalities. And like I said that to one of my friends, I go, I like being around your friends because they're all lateral thinkers and they're so well-rounded. You know, they're all these tier 1 guys. And he goes, God, you're so fucking wrong about that. It's just, God, you're wrong.
I do get sucked every time we're around them and they start talking. I believe every single word that they say.
You should. Because most of them are bullshit, you know?
Like, Brian tried to bring up that the Kennedy assassination might not be real, and your buddy was like, that remember because you said it's not a conspiracy. I don't remember who it was that was like that broke down like, well, the head doesn't move this way and this way.
Yeah, but I had another guy who was like, we were talking about ballistics on the podcast and called me.
Of the Kennedy?
You guys don't know shit about ballistics or what a head does, so shut the fuck up. Yes, it happens sometimes like that. Sometimes I was like, okay, sorry. I'm not that into the Kennedy assassination. I have no idea. Like, people are so obsessed with that. Okay, maybe.
I love it.
Could have been.
Most signs point to
That's one of the few that I believe.
Oh, of course. If you don't, I mean, what do you got, Chinster? At Marathon gas stations, every stop is the start of fun. Like the awesome fuel savings you can get with Marathon Rewards. Join Marathon Rewards today. Start earning rewards on every gallon of gas. You can redeem rewards at any time, saving up to $1 per gallon. And don't forget, Marathon stations are packed with all the conveniences you need to stock up and live life on the go. Marathon, where fun runs on full. Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
Guys, Fighter and the Kid is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you can save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself. See if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Okay, so we already talked about the whole Kevin Hart roast.
Oh, this was brilliant by Kevin. Did you see this, B? Brilliant.
So Kevin went on The Breakfast Club, which is a tough place to be on, and he kind of gave his side of the whole thing.
George Floyd joke wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast. If you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not. I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when we do a roast. It's not new. This isn't a new. It's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when you did that?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe. Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far. I don't know word.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about the set.
Can you believe that?
Tony Hinchcliffe, the best set, or one of the best sets between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that. But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I like Pete said, and I was like, oh, why you have to much off?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke.
Yeah.
Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy.
I love Kevin
I'm
so
not
much.
looking at Tony. Like, that's what I know what you're going to.
It's a fucking
I know
roast.
your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Boyd?
He goes, no.
No, that's good.
That's fine.
He goes, I'm never gonna watch.
Now that you told me, I'm not going to go back.
No, because
No,
My time. Like, I'm never doing it. The best set.
Anyway, the main point is, like, it's not coming out of my mouth. It's like them, doing their thing. I'm producing this thing, and just, it is what it is. They know what they're getting into.
It's a
We know what we're
roast.
getting into. Yeah.
There's nothing cornier than when someone's critiquing comedy and they say, well, I don't like it. Well, that's you. Comedy is very
I
subjective.
think it's great. I think it's a great conversation. I think overall, it would, if people didn't raise objections, then Tony wouldn't be Tony. Like, it's part of the whole expression. Like, some of that shit makes me uncomfortable. I don't like roasts. I get uncomfortable. I'm like,
I think it's all funny.
and some people love it. I never
not
do.
your style.
I'm not. I can't. I don't like it. But it's great, and I support it because it's great. And if you don't have people that go, what the fuck, then it ain't a roast. I mean, that's called controversial shit.
It's also just some comedians that's just what they do.
It's also why Tony can sell 18,000 tickets. Say whatever you want. He can sell 1,000 tickets. Shane Gillis is playing to, say it with me, football stadiums. So somebody seems to like it.
Shane Gillis is funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's also a great guy.
Yeah.
Tony's also a super sweet person. Like if you actually know him, he's a good sweetheart.
There's no off limits when it comes to a roast. That's the whole point of it. That's your
It wouldn't be for me, but some people.
That's why you're not going to
I mean,
a roast.
Tony went bad on Chelsea. Like it got personal. He goes, "She sucks." And I was like, "Hey, come on!"
My favorite, because Shane pulled off like a Norm type thing where he just didn't even tell a joke. He's like, Chelsea was at the Epstein party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He goes, and that's it. He goes, no, he goes, look it up. She was there.
Chelsea's inside.
It was such a Norm McDonald thing.
That's even funnier when they just go.
Yeah, he's like, no, that's the joke. She was at the Epstein dinner,
Which is hilarious.
That's it. He's like, she sucked.
And yeah, because me and Nick were on the show talking about it, and it was just like, people on both sides complaining. It's like, that's the point. If it's not for you, then no one's holding your head to force you to watch a roast.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, put on Stranger Things, put on something else.
But again, you want people to watch it and be appalled. I mean, that's part of it. You want people to watch it and go, "Hey, that was too far. Fuck this." That is all good for business.
Yep. Well, I actually have a question about that. In your opinion, because I think people like Greg Giraldo went harder than anybody, but back then it wasn't even like
And we didn't.
no one
Back then, there's like great letters, so it never became.
Dude, David Tell would do shit you can't believe. And it was the funniest shit of all time. When back in the day in New York City, back in the day at the Comedy Store in 2005, there was no such thing. There was no such thing as off arts.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think people got more sensitive, or people just looking through everything with a
social media
political
gave people a
lens?
platform to be professionally offended, gave people a community to be offended.
Because the people got upset in 2005. They just didn't have an outlet.
So they're just louder bloggers.
People blame Obama and say,
And they
no,
get attention.
it's technology. After 2015, I think it was 2015, when everybody had an iPhone, everybody had a social media account, you can track where people started to cordon off into tribes. And you were learning school that the United States was an unjust world. And so people would just look at that. And that, 1776, 1619, little tribes.
What's this, Jen? This is a paraglider that, I don't know how this is even possible, but a Cessna hit the paraglider.
What?
Yeah, as she was flying. And he's okay? They're both okay, so that's a good thing. But check this video out. It's wild.
This is nuts.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
That's a bad day. I mean, that plane is
I
cooking,
mean, that
too.
plane was cooking.
He's in like a sleeping bag.
Yeah. You're
Hanging out.
Is that a guy making that noise? Okay, cool.
Hey, it'd be me, okay? I'd be making there's nothing wrong with making this noise.
But would you have an emergency?
Yeah, that's scary shit.
You can see the pain on
yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah. It's all bad. This is all very bad.
She doesn't seem like she's falling.
No, she's got this parachute up. Look.
Does she have a squirrel suit on?
No, she's got a parachute on. When you hang glide, you sit in a thing. Look at that. Yeah, it's like a squirrel.
I don't think I can imagine something scarier besides being lit on fire than realizing your parachute is just not going to work.
I have no desire to hang glide or do any of that. I have zero desire.
I want to jump out of an airplane.
I don't understand. I don't get why people want to do it.
That's
That and just going into a shark cage with great white sharks.
I want
Those
to
are
do
the two
that.
things I
I
want
want
to
to
do.
do
way to go, girl. You did it.
Yeah, she,
But no cage, though. No cage.
What do you mean, no cage?
No cage. Where's my
No, I'm going in a fucking
I got cage. I went with gray whites, and I quickly realized as I'm on the boat, the captain recognized me and says to me, apply to see gray whites. I go, wow, we haven't seen any of these two killer whale brothers have been coming in and just taking the liver out of like all the biggest gray whites. They killed 4. Every gray white in the entire Cape was like, see ya! So we saw some bronze whalers and some
still want to see you.
And then you get in a cage. Oh, by the way, the sharks already know that you're on the water. Yeah, so they're dripping boat. They all come in. And now you get in the water, and I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I just moved from there. So I can be up close.
I had the dream of mine going in the shark cage.
Yeah, me too.
Woke up before the trails, see some tiger sharks. You just swim out in the ocean.
It's hard to get munched.
It's terrible.
I watched a video the other day, the most dangerous beaches in all of America, or in the world, and it was almost all Florida.
Bull sharks
They're not like the big boys.
bull sharks are bad. Bull sharks
But most of the bites are bullshit.
yeah, they're like black tip. They'll take a bite out of your hand, out of your back.
Yeah, fuck off. It hurts. Yeah, but fuck off.
And you bleed really bad.
It's kind of a gay story, but I just tell everyone it's a tiger shark. He was huge.
They don't know. How about our boy De Gelder, Paul De Gelder? Lost his arm and leg.
Tiger shark.
Yeah, his hand and his leg. They think it was a bull shark. He looks down, he feels a sawing knife. He looks down, he just sees a black eye. And he goes, oh, this is everybody's worst nightmare. And the guy goes, no. And he goes, a black eye. Yeah, black eye with a scar dressed up like a bull shark.
I thought it was a bull shark. It was a black guy chewing on his leg. And then went to his arm.
Except for God.
But he sees this big black doll eye, and he's thinking it's sideways, right? And it's this way, and he's just like, and he goes to punch, and punches it, and then he goes, I gotta swim back, and as he's doing some side swim, I don't have a hand anymore. It hit my hand, and then so he gets to the boat, they pull him on the boat, and he dies. He just goes, he goes, and he just died, and then they revived him. Like, are you afraid of death? He goes, no, it's not a big deal. I got killed by a shark, and it wasn't that bad. Shots.
Yeah, Jets. All right, well, this is there's still being investigated. You would think the plane would see the paraglide, right? They said he couldn't see it, so they're just, they're in investigation.
Well, sometimes you're out there paragliding and planes flying.
I saw this the other day.
All right, so what are your thoughts on this? So, let me refresh it just so we can know it's going to be cool.
There's a lot of people in the comment section that are like, "That's what you get."
I bet I can guess who's coming. So, check it out. So, look at the whole sequence of events here. He pushes his head down.
So, Brandon,
It's shitty, but
damn, I don't even know what to say, but ever since I made fun of you at the improv, because I was like, what is this?
I kind of see
Spider dude thinking he can do comedy. And since that moment,
I mean, it is shitty to plant someone's face into the
They're
mat.
both in the
that
roster.
kid got he just had a moment. He's a kid. If we found a court,
It gets slapped. No, slap would be better. Now
he was just so pissed. He's fucking like, fucking
All
out.
the top comments were all deserved. Well deserved.
And I bet you no one wrestled out of there.
I don't like it. I mean, you're
Yeah, you should push somebody's face in the mat. That shit.
Yeah, but you don't deserve to get knocked out of the hole.
Obviously. I don't think he was like, I'm going to knock him out. He just got mad.
I mean, I'd be cool if he, like, kind of shoved them, and then if they turn around they fought, that's fine, but just a cold cut on the fire is great. Sucker punches always suck, yeah. But maybe a slap, I think a little like backhand slap would be
I remember he dominated his right at and he ends up just stepping on it. The guy, I think his helmet came off and he went,
what's this?
fucking fine.
This is Andrew Yang talking about how rapidly AI is developing, so
He came to see me do stand-up at the Comedy Village in New York, and he was so cool.
Great guy.
yeah, he's like a down-earth freaking
He loves watching
super
stand-up.
smart businessman.
Yeah.
Alright, so listen to what he says here.
I just came from an AI conference out west, and holy cow, they said to me that what we're going to see in the next 6 months outstrips what we've seen in the last 10 years because the rate of change is on a hockey stick and heading up. And I got to say, I'm pretty up to date on this stuff, and it blew my mind on some of the stuff I was seeing.
In terms of what? What did you see?
Well, there was one company that is selling autonomous coding for enterprises to big businesses, and their revenue is up 100-fold in the last 12 months. So if that continues, it's going to eat a lot of the tech budgets for major corporates that used to go to humans. And so you're seeing
out here already.
employment of recent computer science graduates fall off a cliff from a lot of programs. If you rewind, 4 years ago, what would we tell young people for secure we're going to learn to code, and now the opposite of that is true.
So where are you on jobs long term?
Look, Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, laid it out very clearly, and he's been doing so repeatedly, saying we're going to automate away up to 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next several years, and I believe him. The easiest people to fire are the people you haven't hired yet, which again is why you see the hiring of recent college graduates heading down, and the underemployment rate over 50%. The unemployment rate among college graduates is now the same or higher than non-college graduates for the first time in history.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Coding was the way to make money, and it was like it's a big problem in Austin. Like where I live in my neighborhood, everyone's tech, and they're all like, "Oh, dude, we've laid off in the past 3 months 50%."
It's such
Is that because we can just use AI?
I'll give you an example. Like I know a guy who has a company, and they did a photo shoot right in Mexico City. And then they did a photo shoot in another city, and they used models and show their clothes. None of it was real, and you can't tell. So what would have cost $1 million, $500,000 for a company? What would have employed probably would have employed
even models?
No, would have employed way more. Would have employed 100 people for a shoot like that back in the day. Is now done by one guy on his computer in 20 minutes. And it's like, okay, all right, so that business is dead.
Okay.
So they just did a huge movie with Ryan Gosling. He walks upstairs. He walks up the stairs into his private jet, and then that's part of the scene. Well, there is no private jet. It's AI. There's no private jet. So the businesses that relied on Hollywood, renting jets, renting studio space, set design, like millions of people.
Music too.
Yes. And now it's like, we don't need any of that, thanks.
Well, have you seen
Where are we headed?
like Spotify top musicians that are coming up that are just pure AI music, and they're trying to just name them like they'll call them the trio, whatever, to make it sound more human.
It is. I use it in Asian, like major motion pictures.
Yeah.
Like instead of
the first thing that I've noticed as somebody who's in this ad business stuff is that nobody wants to be sold to with AI. Everybody just fuck off. The problem is now you don't know if it's AI. And this is in the past 3 months. You do not know. You cannot tell anyone.
Well, have you seen the difference in just, what was it, 2021, the Will Smith eating spaghetti till now? Did you ever see the Will Smith? Jen, if you can pull that
that's
up.
crazy. Boys, I got a meeting at 1. So you guys finish? You got reads me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
All right. You guys watch Will Smith fake slapping somebody?
No, spaghetti.
Yeah, we'll be in contact for sure.
O'Reilly Auto Parts, guys. If you need auto parts, they are your one-stop shop. They don't have it in store. They got it online. Okay, they got friendly staff. They got knowledgeable staff. You can test your battery for free in or out of your car. If it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find just the right battery for your vehicle. Need your windshield wipers replaced? I actually do. A brake light fix or a quick service? They will help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local repair shop for help. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you will find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, best of all, friendly. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter.
At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light. I was transported to another place. Pluto TV. Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free. It's just so beautiful. On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and some belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV, stream now, pay never.
creatives though are going to be still in high demand. You need to be able to create.
Well, you too, but I'll definitely be the tool to get you started on that.
So here's the before and after. That's a use of like AI trying to make Will Smith eating spaghetti.
23. AI couldn't even get hands right. 2024. Faces improved, movement smoother.
Uncle Bill, come try this.
2025. Almost real, but still uncanny. 2026. This.
So have you heard of Clean 3.0?
I heard it can create multiple scene cuts like this with a single prompt.
That's 3 years.
And it knows when to cut to whoever is talking. But did you know that all this audio was also generated with the same prompt?
Still a little shitty, but yeah.
I guess I didn't, sir.
But imagine where we're going to get in 10 years from now with that.
You won't know the difference.
No, it's a problem. I mean, I think I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. It's like we are competing. It's like this Malachian spiral, right? It's this idea that you just, everybody's competing to hell, toward hell, not heaven. Like you're competing. We are competing ourselves into extinction. You know, so we got to keep up with China. Fucking okay. And we got to keep up Anthropic and AI because their assholes are always fighting with each other. And Elon Musk is doing fucking we got these tech nerds who hate each other with egos this fucking big. And so it's a zero-sum game. And where does it leave everybody? It'll be a technocracy. It'll be like 7 people with all the money. And the rest of us are going to be like, my kid doesn't have a future. My daughter's going to college right now. She's just got into Boulder. She's studying engineering, technical engineering. I wonder how long until AI basically can do all of that faster than you can imagine.
A problem with it too is shutting it down, because there's been people who have tried to shut down.
The Unabomber,
and it's actually
Unabomber who almost won the Fields Medal in mathematics. Kaczynski, I think his name was. He that was his manifesto. He said technology is going to get to a point where this biology is going to look like rusty machinery. We are not going to be needed anymore. And he was right. And you don't blow people up, but if you look at he would send packages to the computer scientists and the scientists working on this stuff. He knew ahead of time. And he was like, that's what he was trying to do. I don't approve of it, but I understand what he was trying to do. He was like, hey,
weird message.
We're bringing in Terminator. We're bringing in the apocalypse here. We are going to evolve ourselves out of existence. But it's also like, you ever hear the most mind-blowing shit like Eric Weinstein says, like theoretical mathematicians, physicists are saying, we may already be in the loop. We all may be smart machines. We don't know where we originate from. We all might be smart machines making smarter machines. We might be in the Matrix. We might be in the singularity already. That's fucking.
I forgot the name of the movie that just came out. I watched it the other day with my girl, and it's basically this guy comes back from the future, and he keeps on. It's basically a Groundhog Day for him, where he's trying to not shut down, but it takes a long time into the future before the blocks to keep AI at bay and not go too far. But the whole thing is them. It's actually a really good movie. I forgot the name of it. It's really good.
Is it just came out?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. It was in the theaters too.
Ex-Ferrari CEO says Boost will destroy the brand. Well, it certainly put Porsche in a major problem.
Have you guys seen this Ferrari though? This is like this big reveal of the very first electric Ferrari, and then here's what the former
killed Porsche.
Si rischia la distruzione di un mito, mi dispiace moltissimo. Spero che si tolga il cavallino appena da quella macchina. Wow. Questo sicuramente è una macchina che almeno i cinesi non ci copieranno.
It's a terrible looking.
Financial problems because of their electric.
But
it's terrible.
They're talking about U.S. and China basically opening up tradeways. And have you seen the electrical cars in China?
That's so retarded.
Horrible. That's terrible.
That sucks.
The electric cars in China they're so fucking cool. Yeah. And they're fun. Like they have this company called How. I don't know how it's pronounced. HAWAI. Yeah. And it's so much better.
That's it right there.
That's so bad.
That's one of the Chinese electric cars. They can hop over, tunnels and fly in a minute. Potholes, receive, boom.
And they look
that out.
Yeah.
I've seen China's killing it with the drop themselves cars right now.
I do think if they come to this country, I think that Tesla's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they won't because they consider them surveillance batteries. Like you get that, it's all surveillance technology.
Yeah, boys, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
Nice.
Phil DeRue, thanks, man.
Oh, thank you for having me, brother.
It's great to see
Great
you.
talk. Yeah.
Because we've been planning on doing this for a long time.
Yeah. I'm glad I got out of here.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. Come out of Florida.
I'm
Absolutely fine. We'll do like a full week of training.
fuck yeah.
The whole camp.
So you finished up, carry something heavy.
Yep. Carry something heavy. So basically, climb, crawl, run, jump. If you can, sprint. You'll be set.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. So all you gotta do is climb, crawl.
Well, you can crawl to the climb.
Climb, crawl, jump, run, and then sprint. That's a lot of shit.
That's literally American Ninja Warrior.
I didn't ask.
This is my least favorite.
I didn't ask how to bring you to a museum, bro. I just wanted to be a little thicker.
Yeah, a whole obstacle.
Thanks, Phil.
You want to be equipped.
I want to be ready.
Yeah, and you want to book?
Merrick Health's been, phenomenal. They're a telemedicine company. I am the new director of performance for them.
Damn.
Go check them out.
I've heard good things about Merrick.
Yeah.
We got the co-founder right there.
No shit. Oh, well. There he is. What made you come over here for a second? What made you, what was it about Merrick Health? How did you found it?
Yeah, so, I don't know if this is on.
It is. You're a thick kid.
Yeah, so
healthy.
So Derek, More Plates, More Dates.
Yeah.
Him and I founded this company at the end of 2020. But our goal, like, if you follow his background and what he's talked about his whole life, upbringings or interests, really what we wanted to do is create a company we wished existed for ourselves, and that was the high-level, non-dogmatic approach to medicine. Where is that line of performance versus the risk that you can cross over?
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't any...
Meaning, because I know Derek is a pro enhancement, but he knows his shit.
Sure, it's all about risk tolerance, and value proposition for yourself, right? And getting expert medical guidance. So that's what we provided with Merrick.
Wow.
I have a couple friends that have been using it for years, and they love it.
Oh, that's great to hear.
A lot of my friends that are into lifting, they order. Because there's so many actual clinics out there that you don't know what you're going to get, but with Merrick, I feel like that's like the gold standard when it comes to like performance enhancing clinics.
I appreciate that. I mean, for us, the real value proposition is the expert consultation and care that you receive. So many of these companies, we all use the same tools and widgets. Maybe those are medications, maybe those are supplements. But for us, the goal is to have guidance. So if you work with a financial wealth firm, worth their salt day one for your estate and your death. So we plan to be like a Health One, periodize their programming with medications. And now we're launching into a new venture with Phil, who I'm super excited about, for the performance division. This is where we actually bring the physical assessments to life, and we pair it with the medicine and lifestyle interventions that we do well at Merrick.
We also have top doctors. Unlike some places, you'll have just a guy with a sleeveless shirt. Like, this is what you're going to get.
Optimizing your testosterone, hair loss prevention. This is fucking very good for me. I don't need to improve. I'm shredded. I definitely want to look young. Definitely.
I will be honest.
Yeah.
And I'm not because it's just show.
Big glaze?
But I'm going to do something. You look good, bro. You look good.
For 60 years old.
Lean and mean. I didn't. Yeah.
59.
I bust his balls a lot. I bust his balls a lot, but he does look great. And he has a lot of energy.
I'll tell you. So, my boss.
Yeah, my boss.
63.
No, boss is my.
I'm not an age kid.
James, yeah.
I looked at them. I said, "Listen, at your age, as long as you stay healthy, as long as you stay moving like you're doing, you'll be good to go."
I'm simply very mad. Like I'll do that aerodyne bike, and it's a nightmare. Every time I look at it, I go. I'm like, it's like getting into a cold plunge. I'm like, I know I'm going to torture myself, and I fucking hate it. But then I'm really glad. Every time I go to jiu-jitsu, every time I go roll with these fucking monsters, I'm like, I'm too old, don't do it. It takes me a half hour to warm up, they're laughing at me, but then I'm so glad I did. Because, I got, my wife is like, hey, you have marks on your face, and you're old. What are you doing? Like, I'm an idiot, and I'll always be an idiot.
And you know it when you go with it. when you're doing it, there's no other thing that you're thinking about.
No. You also clean yourself. Like there's something about exhausting yourself physically that and it was just the small amount of testosterone that got me back to where I was feeling great. Now, if you guys could help me with my fucking hair.
That's
you know what I'm saying, bro?
So obviously, our brain has
He pulls out a wig.
There's no hair system. There's no hair system. No, we've got options, man. Be happy to help you out. All right, but I'm happy to hear that, man. I appreciate all the compliments. I mean, that's the most exciting thing for me. I've been in this space for about 12, 13 years, and it used to be Jose Canseco, baseball, bad, and this industry.
Looks pretty damn good, though.
Yeah.
See Jose Canseco in person?
He was a monster.
Let me say it. He's a beautiful man. Okay? And I don't use that expression. He's 6 foot fucking everything. And beautiful. Okay? He's got not hair. He has a fucking mane. It's a mane. It's a horsetail.
100%.
Yeah.
That could be you, man.
Let's
get those locks flowing.
I gotta get a different mom.
He's this close to going to Turkey, so we need help.
Yeah. I got you, man. I got
Is that when it comes to like that kind of optimization? Is that one of the harder things to really get on top of? Is the hair?
I mean, not necessarily. It really comes down to the cause. That's why, with my team, you're talking about the medical doctors. What I love that we've been able to create is we have providers that are excellent in their field that come to us as a teaching and a learning environment. But when it comes to the hair, why you really should be working with someone.
Yeah, that guy's great.
He is amazing. Great partners. I mean, but yeah, it's one of the things you just need an expert eye and some diagnostics to evaluate what is the cause potential.
Sure.
It's not always just DHT, right? There's other things going on. Could be thyroid issues. There's a lot. So you should definitely get some DHT inhibitors. If you don't need that, it can cause some other individuals.
And raise your estrogen levels, and you'll start crying for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's your androgen. That's what makes men men. Yeah. So it can be used safely, but that's what a team like ours is.
I was crying at fucking music, okay, dude, in the car. On the way to the mothership, my ex-wife goes, well, welcome to my life. That's what it's like to be a girl. I'm like, well, fuck it. You're crazy then. I ain't doing this shit.
Dude, I've had that before where I was taking too much test and I wasn't keeping an eye. This back in you would find out from the bodybuilding.com forum what to take. And I was taking just too much. And I just was watching America's Got Talent and someone just got that golden buzzer and I just hysterically, I was so sad. I was crying. And I was like, I talked to a friend, he's like, you need to get some anti-estrogen, buddy.
I'm on whatever you want. The room looks good. Dude, how old are you?
37.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you, sir.
Strong.
That's an old photo. We gotta change that.
Get the updates.
You're looking off to the side.
That's a top team photo, right?
I like that you're not looking at the. That guy in the middle, John Jewett, is totally natural.
He's an amazing guy.
I'm sure it is. I can see the veins. It's out on the
That's a spawn.
Congratulations.
Get an extra form.
Yeah, it's great. All right, man. Well, thanks, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Shout out to American.
I appreciate
Phil. That was great. Appreciate you guys.
Now we're gonna do some no leg day.
This is the Fighter and Kick. We're out. You're doing no leg day with Phil?
Yeah,
I can't wait. You're not gonna be able to sit down.
No. We haven't done a leg episode.
What's the most you've squatted that you have the strong?
In competition, I squatted 6'10" in sleeps. So
how about deadlift?
Saying about 605. It's too much weight.
That's retarded. Quads. That's retarded. That's crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much you squat. When you got quads like that, you should always be in hot pants. I can't do it.
I was going to for you.
I would only wear 6-inch.
All of us would.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah,
5.
Go 5. You got
to Nike 5-inch, man.
Yeah, nobody here except for him has a long femur bone. You got to shoot you got to go right below the ball. And if something shoots out and it looks like a little baby bird sitting on your leg, you're okay.
It's just chewed gum, man.
That's my joke. I was just talking about it. That was my joke last night. I was talking about when Simone put me on his fucking shoulders against my will, and my waterlogged, terrified penis was mashed against his impossibly thick brown neck. And I go, I was like, it looks like a piece of chewed gum. Fuck. Where'd you come up with that? Because that's just a thing from back home. I came up with that just now, so now I'm being derivative.
Gum in the edges.
Fuck. All right. I crushed last night. Thanks. That's the mothership. Tell me how great I was. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, boys.
I think it's time that I finally start tackling part. Gravity towards these days. It is what it is. Did you guys watch the? Verhoeven Usyk fight? Oh yes, I watched the ending.
I'm Dr. Justin Sledge, and welcome to Esoterica, where we explore the arcane. It's an idea that's being incorporated into the Zohar.
אבל השתיים למעלה, הסיבה שלו היה קוראים, נכון שאחד מצבי ואחד אחד, אבל יש להם משהו מחנה משותף, שמה? הם שניהם נכנסים, אז היה בפנים. אדם שנכנס, פה בכל שבודה, שגנית מעלה שגנית על דבר ישראל בפנים, אז זה כמעט שתי פרות אחרים, סתם כל דבר נפל יוצאים, הם לא נכנסים. מה לענו, שאולים לדום בכל בפנים. אבל הם דומות שציבו את סוסי, אבל זה השתיים ששונים מאוד, אחד זה פער לדומות, השני זה הצעה של החזיזון, הכתוב עין דרום, עין ניזי, אבל זה לא נזור, אבל הענו שגי, אחד מהרבים סוסי דו, ולכן הם לומדים גם, וליפס, הם אומרים שכאן שכל לא תמיד כיוון של במיוחד שני של אותם הלוחת. אבל מה הפיך הזה שהאלה למעלה זה, אבל תזור וכאלה, לא, אנחנו יודעים בדיוק מה הבית, שבאמת עברו לחיים שיכולים לתת כאלה. אז זה יוצא ידוע. שני מקחנו על זה, זה יוצא ידוע. בשקל אחת של יוטיפו. אלו, אבל לדובו שציגו בסור של יוטיפו, למעלה, אבל לדובו בציגו יוטיפו. לא, אני לא אומר. ומה? הם לא שומעים בסוג, במשהו, נתנו פעם ובתיאום. ואף בגלל שבכמה לא טוב. אבל זה פעם שפעם גודו, שפעם אחד, או לגמרי, פעם איתי בגלל אותו כמה לא טוב. Vamos lá, vamos ver o nome do aí só eu vou mais está operações agora, vou Xuxa, como ele toma, depois não agora, cada aí que se você está aqui com sai lá para eu vou mais então já vai as dois, já lá agora tranquilo, estamos tranquilo, da voz tranquilo, tranquilo, aquele cara aqui por tranquilo, conhecia, já você é capaz de tipo, אחרי הסיפור. לא תוך כדי. כאשר יעשה, שזה עומד, להיות הפסוק השנייה, ומן היסוד, גם מן היסוד, אם שמעת את האדם, מה שנשאר על היסוד, וזה שפיכות הדרה, גם יותר לקידוש. למה? ובמצרה, בפסוק הטוב השני הזה, בוא נראה בפסוק שנייה, כל שיגע בבשור או יקדוש, אשר יעזר לדום על הבגד, הנה זה הפסוק של אתם שצריכים, ובבס אשר יעזר עולר, סליחה, אשר יעזר עולר, וחפש בבוקר קודש. הנה כתוב תורה, אסור להוציא את זה למכניסה בבוקר קודש. אשר יעזר עולר, מה זה שיעזר שבו עולר, אתה הולך להשפט את זה, אבל לא כשם כבר עשית שביעית, וכבר אחרי השביעית, וכבר אחרי הזוי, וכבר לא צריכים לחדש. שעה מגיע לבוקר, עכשיו תשימו לב, זה הסוגיה. מה כתוב פה? זה על הקרן. עכשיו, עוד מדייק, שמשהו זה ראוי לקרן, עוד לא, הוא עוד לא השפריץ, זה עובד בכלי, זה מספר 2, 3, 4, זה הזעות האלה, לא הזעה הראשונה, אלא הזעה 2, 3, 4, שזה בתוך הכלי, הוא עומד לעשות עם זה, הוא עומד לשים את זה על ה... אז זה כן צריך קיבוץ, זה מה שאתה פה אומר. אתה פה הרי אומר ש2, 3, 4, אם לפי האדם, זה הזעות האלה 2, 3, 4, זה תשארים, אם זה מגיע מהקרן ומשפיך מהקרן, זה לא צריך קיבוץ. משהו שזה עומד, הוא לא לא השפריט את זה, זה עומד בתוך הכלי, כן צריך קיבוץ. שמה זה מתחיל את הקורבן, שמה זה הכל.